Hello, fire signs. It's me, Brandy, with your general reading. I have meditated and pulled 2 cards because they're different. Okay. First, we have 57, and that is called. I want to call it Lutha's the Wild. It's about haste, impulsiveness, fire, balance. I hope you can see it. Right. And I would like to say it's all about the onlooker. Like, looks are deceiving because he's got a little friend under him that has like a playful face. So, um, this is your general energy for Aries, Leo, Sag. It's about the creative energies that are being brought to whatever position you're trying to represent right now. It's to get things going. I like to call it getting the fire started under your ass, right? It's like important to think creatively, and when you have the energy to do it, you need to use it. Something like new approaches. It's like you gotta go for something now. He's like ready. See him? He's like ready. Let's see what they have to say though. Let's see. So, it could be like a burnout, blocked, been exhausted, needing to recharge yourself before you continue the race. He could be very destructive too, and totally delight in the process, right? And sometimes destruction isn't such a bad thing. Some things need to be destroyed. But I'm feeling this is different. It's like if you wish to fight the twisted fire of cruelty, it's insanity. You have to find a way to counteract it, because you can't fight fire with fire. And hopefully by the end of this reading, we get what it's all about. Okay. Oh, and then we have him. And I almost want to say he's like he's like a two-faced person when you first look at him. He is your imaginary fear. He's hazards that aren't real. He's also realistic caution. And it's like Hobaya. Am I saying that right? Hobaya. He draws his power off the fear, not in the real world, not in any real world. And it's like he is something that keeps the kids awake at night with sounds, and then he's not there. So he's really only something that exists through the collection of fear, right? Until you face him. He's kind of a sham. And it's a lot of fear that's blown out of proportion. So whatever's going on in your life, it's needing to be faced when you get the energy, because something's been depleting you and it feels like a lot of fear of what you don't know what's going to happen with whatever your situation is. So it's like you got to look for the truth behind your fears, like what's real and what's just what are you projecting out of your old trauma, of like what your imaginary future is, for you to dive into those old patterns so you can see past those, to face those. And that is the depleted burnout energy, because we are constantly living in that fear of something old. And I totally understand this. It's like I had to live through the first depression. I had 2 jobs, pretty much ended up losing everything because they all crashed, had no savings, and like now I'm constantly worried about that, right? Like I'm gonna always, but I'm never gonna end up in that. Well, I shouldn't say that. More than likely, I won't end up in the same position. I'll end up in a position, but I won't be in that position, right? It's those failures that have led us to the success if you learn to integrate them. Sorry about that. I had to answer a client. I really get that. So used to going because we've had to, which is the trauma based here, fire signs. You know, always having to wait for something else, like the other shoe to drop feeling, which is him coming in, you know, and it's just an imaginary thing that we're kind of conjuring up, and we're doing this self-defeating thing instead of creating something beautiful from that energy. We're literally depleting ourselves waiting for the ball to drop. Hey Finn, can you get off mommy's camera wire? All right then. And it's like sometimes it's really good for our mind to rest. I just said that in the earth signs. It's good for our minds to rest and wander into good places before it's time to run the races again. Six of Swords. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat. Nine of Wands. Like, this can't be possible. I can't have all the solutions and everything I need right now. There must be something else coming. There must be some, and it's like, sir, it's like, dude, we're trying to move you forward and you're pushing against the current. The Tower. Because we know something's coming, but what is it? And like I said, I think it's probably why I said, you know, I'll end up in a position, but I'll never be in that position unless the whole world crashes. Because I've taken some of these lessons and I have integrated them into my life. You know? And that's just kind of what I feel here. You know something's coming. And you've not been fully paying attention to it or paying some bills or something. And I think that's where you're like freaking out now because it's holiday season. You know, there's so much here. But I think you're fine. Do you see the Nine of Pentacles here? Like, you're sturdier than you ever were when you were a teenager. Or a young adult. You know, whatever. Whatever floats your boat here. You have some type of nest egg to be able to take care of this little bitty problem. Or you will, you know, like, you're losing a lot of sleep and you're super tired over just using that energy to get these things done because you have, you know, 9-10 days from when you see this. I mean, that's a whole paycheck away. There's so many side projects for that. Yeah, this is just, we're sitting in that fear and that loss of what we lost at one time instead of realizing Spirit has our back. All right. The Empress just tried to stay out. Okay, we got the Chariot. I always feel like someone's in a wheelchair there. You can still do things from a wheelchair, folks. You can do a lot of computer knowledge. Eight of Wands, see, computer knowledge. Conversing with people. I mean, so, knowledge. You can travel still. There's that fear and like, I won't be accepted. I can't do this. I can't do this. That's a mindset. Again, it's time to end out that mindset, that cycle. Or whatever's going. If someone has you in this fear base that you can't find someone better, that's a lie. Feeding off those fears, if that's a person, you most definitely can take care of yourself. Four of Cups. You're just exhausted. You're burnout. Yeah, this isn't what I thought it would be in my home or my life, my intentions, but still got time. Like, that's all here. You got time to get realistic. Right now, it's all about turning, resting to get, you know, those ideas flowing, to be able to have the energy to start again. It's all right here. I mean, it's literally all right there. Time to be radically honest. You know, stop hiding behind the old armor that you're used to having to put on, fire signs. It's like you're painting this false story and you're going to suffocate in it. And you're alienating yourself from new opportunities. It's a self-defeating energy, and she's trying to take it off. Okay, Spirit's trying to have you to, like, brighter colors, defending what is yours, speaking up for yourself, not running away from those fears or being scared of those fears. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll catch you later.